Hello and welcome to TB3 University Season 2, Episode 4. And we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. The USF Bulls are 3-1, bouncing back from their loss against the Miami Hurricanes. Florida State's got a pretty big game coming up this week. The Gators are still down bad. Fellas, how we feeling?
I love college football to death. I think this season, man, there's something about it. It's just been super exciting. A lot of storylines. I think, there's a lot of teams that really have a shot this year. I think there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of parity in college football this year. It's really anybody's crown to take right now. I enjoyed a nice, fun, and relaxing weekend at Raymond James Stadium, where all three of us, for the first time this season, all three of us got to cover the South Florida Bulls. Huge win over South Carolina State, so that was really fun. It's always fun to get a win, and I think this is a great, relaxing weekend for Bulls Nation and all the fans. You had a very, very tough start to your season, but now you get to relax, recuperate.
It was kind of like the dessert after the vegetables.
Yeah. It was some hard work dessert. Yeah, USF, they're 3-1. They beat South Carolina State 63-14. Big game. Will, again, this is Friday. Whatever. Will, how you feeling about the game? What stood out to you?
I think, my thing is, I think I said this last week, pretty sure I did, is, in games like this, you want to see how the team responds. You had 3 ranked games, 2 of which were on the road in pretty rocky environments. Now you're coming home. You
just said Rocky, like my favorite mascot. Sorry.
I thought something happened.
No, I just love Rocky.
Dude, I love him.
I was at the I was at the Rob Higgins press conference. Rocky in a full suit with a green tie.
See that.
It was awesome.
Suit. It looked very good.
He shook my hand.
You did?
He shook my hand. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
You go on the road. You're playing ranked teams, and obviously it's no surprise to anybody. You see a team like South Carolina State on your schedule. You know they're a much lesser opponent than what you played, but I want to see how do you respond playing those games. How locked in is the team? And I think, they started off a little sluggish on offense and honestly a little slow on defense too. A big drive to start the game for South Carolina State. But the good thing about the South Florida Bulls team is the leadership in the locker room. And after, South Carolina State drives, Jarvis Lee makes a huge play, rushing the quarterback, tips up the ball, intercepted by none other than Mac Harris for a 93-yard interception, pick six. And, overtime in that game, they got it together. That was a big win, 63 points put up, 35 points in the third quarter. Golly. But the biggest thing, too, is afterwards, of course, your team's still locked in. There's things they can get better by. They won 63-14, and you have Coach Golish in the press conference, and he's pissed. He's pissed
He was
off.
furious.
And that's the standard. And I think that's the biggest thing he said, too, is that a loser mentality is going in, celebrating, hey, we won. We blew out this cupcake. From the MEAC, from the Meek, that's loser mentality. He was pissed. There were things they have to get better, they have to address, and it trickled down through all your leadership. Mac Harris, Byron Brown. That wasn't the best game that either side of the ball played. They want to get better. They're locked in. The season has just begun, and that's what stuck out the most to me.
Yeah, I agree. I was very, very impressed with just the focus of Alex Golesh and the team after the game. Just really, really impressed with, how much Alex Golesh has keyed in on consistency. We've mentioned this on the podcast even before we were really covering them, and seeing the ins and outs of the locker room and the press conferences. But you notice these highs and these lows for USF, where there's these really highs. There's the playing with Bama for 3 quarters, and then there's the lows of Rice. And the emotional consistency is what Alex Golesh is trying to instill in this team, a winning mentality. He says winning teams don't get off to sloppy starts, and we'll mention it. It was a sloppy start for USF. They allow South Carolina State to drive up the field. They get the pick 6. Mac Harris, I mean, what a guy. Best linebacker in ball. You can argue with a wall. Wow, that was a rhyme. I don't even do that. Wow.
Keep it going. Keep Dr. Seuss over here.
Keep it going.
Dr. Seuss. But in seriousness, so good. But then, you let South Carolina State drive that up and down the field, get the pick 6. You go 3 and out in your first drive. Sorry, I was having a brain fart. And USF has been pretty poor in the first quarter of this season. They've been outscored 24-10 on the season in the first quarter. They still have not scored a offensive touchdown in the first quarter through 4 games. And it's really, really, it's imperative that USF is able to be more consistent, especially on offense. They did a really good job. They got the running game going. I'll drop the stats. Give it to him.
Oh yeah, 250 yards rushing, and I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is a spark that they need to kind of get it going.
Yeah. 9 yards a carry. Nakai Davenport, sophomore, gets his first career touchdown. Sam Franklin gets his first touchdown as a USF Bull. Some big runs from our Cartavius Norton, a guy that we've been looking to see some more stuff from. Some big runs, a big fella rumbling and stumbling, and then Alvon Isaac, old reliable with some solid runs as well. But the running game, to get 252 yards, they were averaging 95 yards a game going into that game. So really, really key for USF to get that running game going, and they did. I thought Byron Brown, man, was really, really good. Man, he's looked accurate as ever. The deep ball has been phenomenal this season. He finds, Chaz Nimrod and a couple big touchdown plays. He finds Joshua Porter for his first career touchdown reception. Really, really good stuff. I think Byron Brown through the air has been phenomenal. He didn't really run much, which he didn't need to, which I love. Save that for conference play. But I really, really, from second through fourth quarter, I loved the performance that the Bulls put together.
Yeah, I think just Byron Brown's accuracy gets better week by week. And, I think you want to have that balanced offense. And I know USF really wants to have a good running attack. But, this just might be a passing team at some points, And I think you've just seen the chemistry with Chaz Nimrod, Christian Neptune, Jonathan Eccles getting a touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm excited because what it sounds like, I think he had some growing pains to get through, which is what Golesh was talking about. And he gets some action this week, and he gets a touchdown. And so we're hoping he becomes more of a receiving threat and somebody who can make plays for them in the passing game, because he was a highly touted prospect coming in. But yeah, I think too, that's one thing I was thinking about is, you want the running game there, but this just might be a passing team.
And you want it to be balanced. Let's make it a running and a passing team. Yeah, balance is key. You really, I don't know if you've had that in Alex Golesh tenure. Maybe you can say 2023, but
you might have had it last year, but Bryce Archie just...
not with Bryce Archie, that's for sure. But to go back to Jonathan Eccles, growing pains might have been a kind word from you, because Alex Golesh did not mince words. After the game, he said up until this point, he hadn't earned the right to play. And in this program, you have to get everything, or everything you get, you earn. So that is strong words from one of the, and if you guys don't know, Jonathan Eccles was a former 4-star recruit. He was one of the highest,
committed Tennessee.
Yeah, one of the highest rated recruits in USF history. Really impressive high school player. But playing tight end is not easy. And he's been getting some more snaps, some more catches. Had a couple catches against Miami last week, so he could be a secret weapon for the Bulls going forward. And I like how you mentioned it. Like, the passing attack has been really good. I was going to say Byron Brown after the game. I asked him, we're reporters and stuff, but I asked him, wait, what do you think you've improved on most this season? And he said his pocket presence, which I didn't think was that great of an answer. I was like, all right, fine, that's kind of just quarterback talk. But then, the later on the day, I'm actually in the gym. I'm watching Nebraska and Michigan, and I see Dylan Raiola and his pocket presence,
Mahomes.
and I don't think Dylan Raiola knew he was getting sacked even when he was on the field after he got tackled. That's how bad his pocket presence was. And when you watch that, you see Byron Brown kind of sliding in the pocket, evading tacklers. We've seen that in the run game and in the pass game in the first 3 weeks. So that is a key part of his game. He's growing so much as a player. And, if this is the version of Byron Brown we're getting, who is, steadily getting better and better, I mean, who knows what he's going to do in conference play? I think he's been good so far, but he might get to being elite against these American Conference opponents.
Yeah. Artavius Norton,
Big fella.
he's got an 89 overall card in CFP 26.
Wow.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
He's nasty.
And a lot of people like USF as their dynasty team. So I think
got him. Dude, I got him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have him as my background, like my favorite team.
I see. Respect, bro. Respect. I also defense, really, really good. Shout out Trayvon Mitchell, man. He got his first sack as a USF Bull, the West Florida transfer. D2, I think national champs last year or very high up.
Very close. They're good kind of perennially.
Yeah. Yeah. So Trayvon Mitchell making that jump, been really, really good. Been one of the highest graded players according to PFF on USF's defense this year. Had a huge day, got his first sack, a tackle for loss. Man, Jalen Schuler. I mean, what a game. A sack, 7 tackles for loss, 1.5
Typical
tackles.
day out there for him, man.
Day at the office. I mean, man, what was Mac Harris's full stat line? I mean,
I got it for you if you want.
Give it to me, man.
You got 2 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 10 total tackles, 1 interception, which resulted in a touchdown.
Freak! Oh my gosh, he's amazing. That is a dog, man. He is an absolute dog.
I had it memorized. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at my phone, but I'm just gonna be honest. I had it memorized.
Hey, memorize the important things. Don't, man. Who cares about wedding anniversary? First date.
The wife will remember that for you.
The wife's not gonna remember Mac Harris's stat line,
but I will.
Man, what a yeah, really, really good. A blocked punt in this game, return touchdown.
Yeah, Jalen Stokes, shout out him blocking the punt. Just Jarvis Lee too. I mentioned it. He was the one who kind of caused the interception. But what stood out to me too is once again you're playing FCS school. Listen, that you made a big play. Some guys might be celebrating this and that. He's running downfield and getting the blocks for his brother Mac Harris so he could secure that touchdown. And it's just that championship effort. That's what gets you fired up, man. They get you fired up. You could have been selfish in that moment. Oh, look at me. I just made a play. No, he's blocking downfield for his brother. And if that doesn't get you, it doesn't get your heart pumping, doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will.
Amen. Yeah, really, really impressive win. 3-1 in the non-conference play. 8 games of conference play for USF Bulls to finish the 2025 regular season. How do we feel about USF headed into conference play? Joel, I'll ask you this.
I mean, obviously you have to feel pretty good. You went toe-to-toe with Miami. You beat Toledo?
Boise State?
Boise State. I was like, what random state is that again? You beat Boise State. You beat Florida.
Close.
I mean, Toledo, Boise. I mean, my mind was going Idaho. That's honestly where I was going.
Boise State is in Idaho. I was
like Iowa, Idaho, Toledo. Anyway, so you beat 2 ranked teams. You go toe-to-toe with Miami for some of the game. I think you got to feel really good. Like, it could be a trap game, yes, of course, but I think the Bulls are more mature than that.
Yeah, I think you can feel good about it. I think I just think it probably was exhausting. It was exhausting covering them. Just kind of the craziness that ensued and being really the talk of the entire nation. And going into that Miami game, you got the entire college football world on you. I just think this bye week is perfect. I'm feeling good. And I think the thing is that you have an expectation now amongst yourselves as a team that you can face anybody. You face tougher teams than who you're going to face in the American Athletic Conference. So you just got to lock it in. There's obviously much to improve, and you can't feed off that stuff. You can feel good about it. You can feel good where you're at. You're 3-1. That's great. There's still a whole season left to be played.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a case to be made that USF's wins in their non-conference resume and the publicity, there we go, that's how you say words, that they created in their non-conference could be deceiving as they head into conference play. I think there's a lot of room for USF to improve, especially in offensive consistency. I can't stress this enough. There's a lot of explosive plays they had in the first couple weeks that, kind of changed the whole entire games for them. That, if those plays, if there's a tackle made, if there's, someone noticing that Lachlan Hewlett's on a fake punt, if stuff like that happens, it could be totally different for USF. So I don't think this is USF at this point is, a slam dunk, they're going to win the American Conference, because there's some good American Conference teams. I mean, we've seen Tulane, beat Duke. We saw Memphis beat Arkansas. We saw Tulsa beat Oklahoma State, even though that's not really a good win, but it's still just, the American Conference has some impressive wins.
It's like the meme with all the soldiers in the cloud. Like, hey guys, we beat a power forward team.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, like, the American has had a good non-conference. There's a lot of talented teams in the conference. USF is, in my opinion, by no means, a slam dunk favorite to win the whole conference. Like, they definitely can, and I think I liked a lot what I saw from South Carolina State, and I like a lot what I saw from their defense, man. Their defensive just intensity and their winning mentality, like Will mentioned, is such a positive thing to take into your conference play, because again, you can coach, you can scheme up a better offense. You can coach better blocking schemes. You can't coach winning mentality. Some teams have it, some teams don't. And this USF team definitely has the mentality to win a conference championship. Will they have the execution is the key. They don't have a game this week. It's a bye. They're off. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. Will they be able to beat the lower level? I mean, like Charlotte, that's a great litmus test for USF. Next week, will they be able to pummel Charlotte like they should? Because they should absolutely pummel Charlotte. Charlotte is not a good team. And if Charlotte wins, you guys can clip this and roast me all you want. But USF should pummel Charlotte. They should look like they are on a different playing field than Charlotte next week. And if we can see that, then we could see them maybe, play an upper level team like Memphis or Navy to a better and even win those games. But you have to play with consistency and not have these ups and downs of emotional and of play level throughout conference play if you want to win the conference and go to the college football playoff. We mentioned it, no USF game this week, so we will move on to the Florida State Seminoles. The Flashes came into town last week, huh, Will?
Yeah, holy smokes, what a uniform combo they had going on there. I thought they were awesome.
I love theirs. I have to say, I thought I was going to be a fan of the white FSU helmets and jerseys. I'm not digging them.
I hate them. I hate them because there's no gold in them, and I think just the red, it looks stupid, dude. It looks so dumb. It looks like something's missing, like they didn't finish it. I think it would be a lot better if you added gold into it, and I think they look really crisp with those Seminole Heritage uniforms.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've seen like recruits wear them, and they got like white pants too with those, and those look crispy. But the all red with the white helmet, I hate that look for Florida State. I really do.
Yeah, I think if you're going white, I think you got to go all white. That's a better look. I don't. You're right. The maroon's not it.
Yeah, garnet.
Sorry, man.
Man.
You know what? That's my fault.
Kidding. But yeah, all jokes aside, in my notes here, I have, holy crap, 775 total yards for Florida State against Kent State there. I mean, you're almost hitting 1,000, which is insane. School record rushing yards, 498. Haven't punted 2 consecutive games, but I think the main focus
Have
is...
not punted at all?
Yeah, I haven't punted in the last 2 games.
Oh my gosh.
They punted, I think, twice against Alabama, and then none in the last 2 games.
Gus Malzahn, baby.
The Gus Bus. But now you're playing. You had a pretty big test, obviously. I think Alabama's pretty legit. But now you're playing Virginia, which a lot of people. I'll say this for the end, but Virginia, the Cavaliers in Charlottesville. This is a conference game. AAC, the very powerful P4 conference. On paper, man. On paper, they're the best offense to ever play college football, apparently. But you look at their opponents. They played Coastal Carolina, who's not that great, William and Mary, and probably the worst team in or at least in Power 4, Stanford. I mean, they're absolutely terrible. They're one of 5 teams with multiple 100-yard rushers, led by Jamari Taylor and Xavier Brown. So yeah, they have one of the best offenses in the country, but you look at their teams they played, not very impressive. You could kind of say they had a tough test against NC State, which they did lose that game 35-31. Chandler Morris,
Former American guy, North Texas.
Their quarterback, he actually has the 3rd best passer grade under pressure in the nation. Which is somehow better than his passing grade when he's not pressured. Makes no sense, but that's stats are stats. Numbers don't lie here. He's been pressured the most out of any quarterback in the country as well. So yeah,
the offensive line just knows he likes to be pressured, so they let him through.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing for Florida State is although they've been pretty successful running the ball, the right side of their offensive line is booty cheeks, straight up garbage. So I think, Daryl Jackson, Daniel Lyons, Mandrell, Daryl DeSere, all those guys attack that right side of the line, get pressure on them. Their defense is pretty terrible across the board. I just think it's weird. I don't know. A lot of people are calling this a trap game and saying this and that. And I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm not trying to be ignorant. Rooting for Florida State, there's been plenty of games where I felt like it was a trap game, But this just doesn't seem like one of them. And maybe I'll be eating the crow and embarrassingly come onto the show next week talking about how they lost to Virginia. But I really think, I think they're just going to blow them out. I don't think Virginia's that good. I'm not afraid. Like I feel like the narrative is kind of pushed on social media. It's going to be a trap game. This is a former rivalry game. They used to be pretty big rivals back in the day. It's like a notable rivalry, I guess. It just I haven't played that much recently. But yeah, I think Florida State wins big time. I'm really not concerned.
You know how I know Florida State's going to win big? We got Virginia head coach Tony Elliott, right? That's his name. Tony Elliott saying, "Men, how many of you guys want to play pro ball?" And they raise their hand. He said, "Well, this is as close you guys are going to get." Who says that? Hold on. Like, I get FSU. Okay, this is not in any disrespectful manner of FSU. They beat Alabama. They are a top 10 team. They will probably make the playoff. Like, I think that's a safe bet. Let's not act like they're a team full of future NFL stars. They got a lot of older, experienced, good college players.
There's not a lot of guys right now that are gonna
be first round picks. Yeah. So
I'd say Daryl Jackson, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But it's not like you're playing 2021 Georgia or 2016 Alabama. Like, it's like, all right, dude, let's chill it. So yeah, that's really not a confidence boost for me. I think the biggest reason why people are scared about this game is it's Friday night, which in my opinion might actually help FSU. Like, I know in these trap games sometimes, like, the packed out crowd, the sold out atmosphere, they kind of like help the underdog. But in my opinion, sometimes a better atmosphere actually helps the favorite because you kind of get more charged up. Like, I think this is a better situation than at FSU going in there for a sleepy noon game and no one's awake, and then like point. They don't come out firing on all cylinders. I think Friday night will actually help them. Like you said, I don't think Virginia's defense is good. I don't think they're going to be able to match up at all in the line of scrimmages. I think Florida State will win handily. Like something along the lines of like 38-14, something like that. Like,
I'm thinking like 48-24 maybe.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I think they're putting up a close to a 50 burger. And before we get off of this, Julie,
I'll go 31-17.
31-17. I just think I can't remember. I probably have a little bit of CTE, but I forget what I say on this show. But I think, this, and you look at some of the running back rooms Florida State has had, and they've had phenomenal guys. Like, you've had phenomenal running backs. But I think as a collective unit, this is by far Florida State's best running back room they've ever had. You just look at these guys, Jalen Lucas, Kysaiah Holmes. I'm in love with Gavin Sawchuk, man. Transfer from Oklahoma. That guy's a dog. Samuel Singleton, the true freshman, Osman Chroma. And then, they're eventually going to get Roydell Williams back, the Alabama transfer. Cam Davis, he's a true freshman last year, got a lot of playing time. He looks like a baby daddy. He looks like a grown man, with 10 kids already. Call him Sean Alexander, and he doesn't even see the field that much just because he had a couple injury issues. But also, it's just a loaded room. And last but not least, shout out Mekhi Danzy, receiver, track star, national champion.
He's a freshman?
Mekhi Danzy? No.
No, okay. I thought I saw something. I don't know what I was thinking.
That guy's just insane.
Yeah,
insane.
He's a dog.
I think he's my favorite player on the team right now.
He's fun to watch. I as a hater, he's fun to watch. I'll say it.
Great, insane catch, going in between two defenders against Kent State. Electric speed. I love that guy. I really do. Yeah, that's it for Seminoles. And we'll get to the Sunshine State champs, man. Come on, you got to wear it with some pride.
Sunshine State champs, except for when they play Miami. The Florida Gators, they go down 26-7. I think I just said 6-7, so maybe that'll give me some joy because the Florida Gators won't give me any joy. Another loss that really, if you would have just watched the LSU game and watched the Miami game, it's pretty much the same darn thing, minus 5 interceptions. Just a really, really frustrating game. The Florida Gators offense looks just lifeless. DJ Lagway does not look right. In my opinion, I don't think he's healthy. I don't think he's right. And I think he's scared to take hits and that he is playing soft. And I don't think the play calling is helping him. I don't think DJ Lagway has developed at all. I don't think his coaching staff has, helped him grow into a player that can read defenses and hit the intermediate and the short throws. I think he's the same player, minus he's playing more scared this year. Offensively, there's the one drive where you push, you get the run game, you get the touchdown, in the beginning of the second half. You got to convert some third and fourth and shorts, but you get the touchdown, you get the interception. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this feeling? Am I feeling hope? And I kind of hate that because, I was so checked out. I was so just laughing through the pain. And then, they go 13-7. Then Carson Beck, I'm like, oh, he's going to throw at least 3 more interceptions. That's what Carson Beck does. And unfortunately, the injured defense, who played so valiantly, I can't say enough about these. Cormani McLean got the interception. Just really, really impressive. And the just backup defensive linemen, freshmen, young players. Miles Graham, Pup Howard. Shout out those guys; they were really good. But backup young players just playing their hearts out against probably the best offensive line in the country, holding their own until the offense just gives them no time to recuperate. So just, again, it's everything I could say about the LSU game, I could say about Miami. This offense is dead. It looks like Billy Napier is running a high school offense. He is not invested enough into an offensive staff that can develop the players and also help them with game day management, whether it's calling plays or just, management in general. I think the offense, just Miami, the motion, the whatever they do, Miami didn't even look like they cared about it. I mean, it's just honing in. It's a high school offense. It's just not a good offense. It's a shame. Now DJ Lagway's in a boot. I have a sneaking suspicion. I personally think he might use his red shirt, and this might have been the last game we've seen DJ Lagway play in a Florida uniform. But maybe he's not like that, and maybe he'll be back healthy because the Gators have a bye week this week. But just really, really unfortunate. Just feels like Billy Napier is just wasting a talented group of guys with lack of development and lack of just competent play calling.
Yeah, I think you're really watch that game. You're pretty moved by this defensive unit. You got no Grubbs, no Burrows. They're missing somebody else too. Banks,
Banks, Dijon Johnson got hurt.
Gums, not Grubbs. Gums. Yeah.
They were missing. Who else were they missing? They're missing a lot of people, and a couple people went down in the middle of the game. So it was. So
you just. And you're 1-2 going in this game, and a lot of people have given up on you. You're all the turmoil with your coach, and that defense ain't quitting, man. They're playing with some pride, and they honestly exposed Miami's offense a little bit. I think after playing, I think everybody kind of felt like Miami were juggernauts, and Florida really made them look uneasy and. Kind of gave him quite a fright, but it was just the offense again, just the ineptitude, man, just absolutely inept. And I think what bothers me the most, what really made me angry, is, the trust for Lagway is gone. Trust in him is gone. I mean, the furthest pass he threw was 12 yards, and it's like, whose fault is that, dude? Like. You're supposed to be developing him, and now you've just showed that you just don't have any trust in him at all. 61 total passing yards. It's just ridiculous. It's just completely your fault. You've ruined that kid, at least for the time being. Again, I don't think Lagway's that bad, but golly, it's just terrible offense. And you just showed, instead of picking him up after 5 interceptions, it's just we don't trust him anymore. And I think. Your thing, I did hear there's rumors he was in a boot. I did see a picture of him with a helmet on. I don't know if that was old or new, but we'll see. I have a really hot take about that if you want me to share it.
What was I going to... Oh, just to piggyback off your point with the play calling, I think if you were a smart play caller and you wanted to instill some confidence back in DJ Lagway, I'm pretty sure the first drive, if I recall correctly, was 2 negative runs and then I think a sack. If you really wanted to instill some confidence in your quarterback and get him right for the rest of the game, you should have come out, play action, and thrown a bomb in the first play of this game.
Air it out, dude. Oh, my goodness. You have the receiving talent.
You have the receivers. You have the quarterback who's showing you he has a great deep ball. You have to let that loose. Miami, we said this on the show. Miami got beat 3 or 4 times by USF in the deep passing game. That was something that you should have tried to exploit it, and you didn't even try. It's just ridiculous. It's a lifeless offense. It really is, and it's a shame because, like you said, man, you got a stud play. You have a stud running back. You have a good offensive line. You have stud freshman receiver Vernell Brown. You have a pretty good receiver Eugene Wilson, and you have a quarterback that should be a stud. And it's such a talented team, and it's getting wasted. And it sucks because, like. You mentioned the resiliency of the defense. I think that's an attitude that is instilled by Billy Napier. I think that the culture and the attitude of this team is correct. I think Billy Napier has done that correctly. Just hire an offensive coordinator. All you have to do is spend money and hire an offensive coordinator that would just take control of the offense. You have the recruiting, you have the team culture, you have the facilities, you have the money, you have all of that. If you had just not been so boneheaded, this would be a totally different team. This team would be 4-0 with a competent offensive play caller. 4-0.
So if they lose again, is he out? How many more losses?
He should be, but
do they fire him mid-season?
I think it'll be, if they fire him, it'll be late October, early November.
I mean, they'll fire him in the season.
Yeah, they're going to want to get ahead of it, get ahead of the recruiting. They're not going to wait till the very end of the season, but I think they'll give him a couple more games.
Nice. Well, this would have been the perfect time because I don't see how it's going to get better magically.
So my theory and what I think is probably it's 4 games. You don't want all your players to take their red shirt and not be able to field the team because there's only been 4 games. Once they get 5 games, I think it'll be free game. So that's my theory.
Interesting. You want to hear my hot take?
Yes.
I think Billy Napier gets fired and he becomes the OC at Clemson and takes Lagway with him.
Okay. And Dabo Swinney comes to Gainesville.
I think Lane Kiffin's coming to Gainesville.
Oh, I don't want that.
Did you see that? Did you see that apparently he was going to be the coach last year?
That's what I did see that video. Or they said the boosters said they would.
He was in Gainesville at like a dinner with them.
I think that means he won't come back. I think he's petty like that. I'm hoping and praying. I really don't want Lane Kiffin, man.
But I think it wasn't really the boosters. All the boosters want him. It was Strickland who put the kibosh on it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. We can do Florida coaching search later down the line. Like I don't even want to talk. I don't even like talking about
Ed
him.
Ogeron.
Oh gosh. Oh boy.
That'd be kind of cool.
No, it would not.
He created one of the best teams of all time.
I think that was all. You gotta give him credit. He just needs to hire. He had Joe Brady at that point. He needs to hire some good coaches if he's going to do that.
Rip his shirt off, eat some worms. That would get the team fired up.
Man, talk to me about this weekend. It's a loaded weekend of college football. I can't think about Florida on a bye week anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing about college football. It's a gift that just keeps on giving.
I am no USF game. I'm gonna be hunkered and glued to my couch all day long. Oh, I'm so excited. This is a stacked weekend too.
Yeah, dude. Well, it starts Friday night. You have Florida State, of course, but then you also have number 24 TCU at Arizona State at 9:00 on Fox. 3-0 versus 3-1. Who do you guys got in that?
Give me TCU. I believe in Jesus.
It is Christians versus the Devils, huh?
Oh
Wow.
man.
It is. I love Josh Hoover. I think he's a good quarterback. I think TCU has been fake news. I think TCU's been really, really good. Arizona State pulled out a tough one against Baylor last week, but I don't think Baylor's very good. We see that TCU wins on the road Friday night.
See, I think I'm going to disagree with the panel here. I'm going to go with Arizona State. That home, they're got the blackout uniforms looking sick.
Those are sick uniforms.
They're very thick.
But see, TCU needs to come back with some heat. TCU can.
They can, and they should, but I'm giving it to Arizona State. I can't believe this is a ranked matchup still, considering they got absolutely mollywopped by Indiana, but number 21 USC goes to number 23 Illinois, 12 p.m. on Fox. I think USC gets the upset here.
This game's gross.
They're doing it.
This game is gross because I don't think Illinois let me down last week. Really ashamed in Illinois, and now I'm wondering is Illinois even like worth a darn. But man, USC is about to be playing on 9 a.m. body clock time right now. Like, this game is disgusting. It's icky. I don't like it. I'm going to take USC because I like their quarterback. I like their receivers.
Jordan Mailata, dude. He is the Polynesian Caleb Williams.
I'll see how Illinois can come back from last week. Like, USC's got this.
Man, I just...
Yeah, Brent Bielema's on his hands and knees, man.
I didn't see that.
He's like, I don't know what it was in the game or if it was just a still, but it blew up on Twitter a little bit. It was kind of funny. What were we thinking about 12 p.m. ABC Notre Dame at Arkansas?
Give me the Fighting Irish. Arkansas stinks.
Arkansas is just never going to be good. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I want Arkansas to be good so bad.
Notre Dame's always like, look at us, we're playing an SEC team. And it's like Arkansas or Vandy. I guess they played A&M, but like Notre Dame, they always, their schedule always makes me giggle.
I know, dude. They need to be in a conference, and then we never have to hear about Notre Dame again. This one has been kind of gaining some media attention. It is Ohio State, but Washington. Some people are starting to believe in the Huskies. People are feeling like the Huskies have been disrespected. They're 3-0. Jed Fish is a great head coach. At 3:30 on CBS. Ohio State at Washington.
I want nothing more than to take Damon Williams and Jonah Coleman at home. Oh man, and what's their stadium called? It's cool. It's got like a little sail on the side. Good home field advantage. I think Washington's a good team. They're going to be wearing some purple. It's going to be sick. I'm going to take Ohio State, but close Ohio State. Like Washington will cover.
Yeah, Ohio State. It's sad but true.
If anybody's getting upset, I think this is a game.
It could be. It's tough. Ohio State's going to have to go to the West Coast. Like, when's the last time you've seen Ohio? I guess the Rose Bowl, but like a road game on the West Coast. Yeah. It is a tough game, and I don't like that it's gaining attention. I wish it was more under the radar. Maybe I would have picked Washington.
Man, I'll go with Washington.
All
dude.
right,
I'm doing it.
Let's go.
Then 3:30. Man, how are we gonna? Thank the Lord for YouTube TV.
For multi-view, baby.
Multi-view, number 4 LSU at number 13 Ole Miss on ABC.
So Ole Miss is in a little bit of a conundrum because the last couple of weeks they have been actually playing their backup quarterback Trinidad Chambliss.
Ferris State
transfer. And he has been balling out, leading them to wins over Arkansas and then a smackdown of Tulane, a team that was pretty good. And I don't know if Austin Simmons healthy. I think it'll be Trinidad Chambliss starting. It's home. Ole Miss and LSU play some crazy games. Like, this is going to be a banger. But I don't think LSU's that good. I don't. I think they played the stinky Florida Gators and the stinky Clemson Tigers. And I don't think those teams are any good. Give me Ole Miss at home.
Yeah, those wins don't look impressive anymore. I think I'm going to go with Ole Miss. Give me the Ferris State transfer. That is the Alabama of D2 football. Legitimately, their school in Michigan. They are a powerhouse. They've won a bunch of national championships.
I'm going to go Ole Miss only because, I'm going to go LSU only because I think they have more confidence, just like because they feel like those were big wins. So I think they got more like emotion going into this. Like we beat Florida, we beat Clemson, we got this. We're gonna get this.
Yeah.
You don't think Tulane's as big of a market as Florida and Clemson? I'm joking with you.
I was looking at thinking ago. LSU, I think they beat Ole Miss beat somebody.
They beat Tulane in Arkansas. That's the yeah.
I was gonna say I think I get where you're going.
I was just messing with you, Joel.
Another
they beat
3.
Kentucky. That was the one.
Oh, that's a big time SEC team. Hey, it's SEC win.
Hey, they always beat up on the Gators, so
That's true. Except last year, and they are the reason Billy Napier's still hired. Dang it, Lane Kiffin, he's playing chess, not checkers.
He wants a job. Another 3:30 game, and I'm looking at this, and you'll rarely hear me defend the SEC. But how are we going to leave Illinois ranked after getting mollywopped, but Auburn gets unranked if they're losing to Oklahoma? That's kind of ridiculous, actually.
That's fair.
That's kind of ridiculous. But they play 3:30 at number 9 Texas A&M. Does anybody believe in the kid Arnold to come in and beat Texas A&M?
I don't think he's very good. He's got good wide receivers, which is going to make him look decent, but I just don't think he's got it. I think A&M wins by 2 scores.
Yeah, Mike Elko's defenses, man, those are a sight to behold. Give me Texas A&M.
I'll go Texas A&M. Yeah, they've got some big wins, big marginal wins.
Let's see as we scroll down here. Tennessee at Mississippi State at 4:15.
I didn't even know that game was happening. This is intriguing,
Is
man.
the hype real for Mississippi State?
You know what? Give me the Bulldogs. Bring the Cowbells. We support Cowbells here in Tampa Bay.
Of course. That's a feel-good story.
Tennessee's not very good either.
I'll give it to Tennessee. I kind of believe in them, dude. I kind of believe in them this year. It was just, they were a kick away from beating Georgia there.
Oh, that's a little foreshadowing to how I feel about Georgia. Stay around. Stay tuned for our picks later.
That's tough. Flip a coin. All right, I'll go Mississippi State. Tennessee loses big games sometimes.
It's true.
All right. Well, we get to the ninth place here, and
they lost to Arkansas last year on the road.
Yeah. But that was Nico. I
remember that game. I was rooting for Arkansas so much.
I wanted to believe in Nico, man, but he's irrelevant now. 7:30 p.m. on Peacock and NBC. Number 6, Oregon at number 3, Penn State.
I've been burned by Penn State once, and I'll be burned by them again. Give me the Nittany Lions. I'm going to stand with you until James Franklin gets a big win. Gosh darn it.
It's never going to happen, Oregon.
I wouldn't tell you to take gambling advice, but I would tell you for this, go take out all your money and your savings and bet on Oregon to win, because James Franklin has not and will never win a big game.
You're remembering something. Oh, it's a whiteout.
It doesn't matter.
Whiteout.
It doesn't matter.
What, 2016? 2016. Ohio State will hold on to that forever.
Dude, that's like almost 10 years ago.
We are.
Hey, the
Penn State.
Rays went to the World Series in 2008. We don't shut up about that.
Hey, we went in 2022.
Give me Oregon. Bet the house on Oregon. That's my opinion. 7:30 on ABC. Number 17, Alabama.
I'd like to see you say that when
number 5,
Mo
Georgia.
Bamba's playing and as Oregon comes out. Okay, so I said I was putting some foreshadowing when I was talking about Tennessee. My foreshadowing is Roll Tide rolled. I think Roll Tide roll is what I meant to say. Alabama's going into Georgia and getting a big win. I think Ty Simpson has looked phenomenal. I know it's not against good teams, but since I think Florida State kind of caught him off guard, caught him in a bad, in a bad spot. A couple players were injured for Alabama. Give me Alabama to win this game over Georgia on the road.
It's going to make Florida State look better. Alabama.
Yeah, does Alabama just have Georgia's number? I mean, you look at last year. I honestly do want to take Alabama in this. I feel like this could be one of those where, it's just Georgia's just got a little bit better. But yeah, I do lean Alabama.
Wow. So I thought I was going to be on an island with that pick.
No, because here's why everything in my heart and my gut, my soul is telling me pick Georgia. But that's when you pick Alabama. Disappointing. I guess Hawaii's on a.
There's an 11 o'clock game.
No.
Is there not?
No.
No. BYU in Colorado plays at 11.
10,
Oh, is that? Did I skip that? Oh wow, yeah. BYU
BYU big. The same doesn't really deserve our time, but
I was gonna say
BYU big.
9 p.m. Louisiana Tech at UTEP. That's for the real fan. UTEP's wearing some sick uniforms though.
They do pull out.
They got this little throwback, little minor guy.
Not a minor wonder, a minor like the guy hitting rocks.
All things are pure to the pure heart.
Yeah.
But that's it, man. A huge week. Make sure you have YouTube TV. Shout out YouTube TV, Multiview, or go to B-Dubs or something. Oh, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy this bye week for the Bulls fans. And really everybody, all the big three schools, you really get a whole Saturday to yourself because FSU plays on Friday. So don't do anything. If you have a wedding to go to, don't go to it. If you're getting married, call it off. These are one of the weekends you don't forget. You only have so many opportunities to have a weekend like this with all these ranked matchups and big-time games. You can get married another time. You can find another girl.
If your friend's moving, they can move on their own.
They can move on their own. You can Skype and FaceTime them. What do they call Zoom? You can
While
do
they're
that.
lifting a couch.
Yeah. They have meta glasses now. You can FaceTime on those. Yeah, you don't want to miss this weekend. I'm telling you. You're going to regret it. Nothing you can do is going to amount to getting to sit by yourself in your house and watching football all day.
Facts.
I never look back on the weekends that I had to miss football and go like, oh, wow, I'm glad I missed that.
That's so true.
No, dude, I regret it.
There's always a pit in your stomach when you miss games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And you know what else you're not going to want to miss? TB3 Sports Talk content all weekend. If you are a professional sports fan, we had thoughts on Stu Sternberg. We had thoughts on the Bucks upcoming game against the Eagles. That is TB3 episode 99. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Whatever platform you're listening on right now, just slide on over and listen to some pro sports talk. Instagram, pumping out content. You got to follow us on Instagram. X, pumping out content. Live updates. You got to follow us on X. But yeah, hunker down, enjoy this weekend of football, and have a beautiful and blessed night, guys.